In the Back of the Book segment tonight, is the left denying there's a war on cops? 2016 was an extraordinarily difficult year to be a police officer. According to the Officer Down Memorial page, 138 officers have been killed in the line of duty this year. 62 officers were shot to death. That's a 59% increase from last year when 39 officers were shot and killed. Joining us now for reaction, Jonathan Gilliam, a former FBI agent, and a Washington, D.C. radio talk show host, Jamila Bey. Jonathan, we'll start with you. That's a massive increase, and it's a scary increase. What's happening?
It is, and it's, I think, I was on here a couple weeks ago with you talking about the same subject, and I think this is a sign, it's a stat that we can use to show that there is increased violence against cops. So there is a war on police officers. Now we compare and contrast that with the war that the press, the media puts out there.
Let me stop you. I hate to stop you, but who is perpetrating the war on police officers?
That's where I'm going. The media, politicians, and people who either want to escalate the problem or they want to cover the problem of the reality, which is the inner city and the breakdown of the inner city, the breakdown of families, the breakdown of the relationship between cops and the community.
Okay, but I'm going to push back on you a little bit. So the media and the politicians may be inciting some of it,
Sure.
But who's perpetrating it?
Well, another great question is, we always try to make this into gun violence, but the reality is it's gang violence and it's illegal gun violence. There's a big difference between just saying gun violence. But liberals can use that statistic, and then they can push that forward.
Let me ask you, Jamila, what do you say to Jonathan, who says it's gang violence and illegal gun violence that's perpetrating this war on cops? First of all, do you believe there's a war on cops?
This is complete. There's the rhetoric that says there's a war on cops, but that is inflammatory. I want to stick to facts here.
Well, there's numbers there, so it's not inflammatory.
No, look, you're in studio with the guy. I'm in a booth. Give me some respect and let me speak. Number one, what we're talking about here is we have easy access to guns. We have limited mental health care capabilities in a lot of this country, and we know that we are not targeting the homegrown terrorists that exist in this country. There are white separatist groups, there are white supremacist organizations that have perpetrated attacks on police that nobody's talking about because,
hey, Jamila,
well, they look like the average Fox News viewer right now.
The guy is Eric, number one. Number two, it's again the no-spin zone. Let's not spin this, all right? You just blamed limited health. You just blame limited health care and homegrown terrorists and white separatist groups for the increase in mortality to police officers this year. Am I getting this straight?
I didn't say health care. I said mental health care, which is an issue. There isn't a way to determine people who we know have access to guns, we know have relationships with these organizations that are government separatist, anti-government, and we know that these people exist. Right. If we were to look in our own backyards, in the homelands, in the heartlands, we would be doing a better job of protecting our police by figuring out where
I'm going to get Jonathan in a second, but do you think it has anything to do with the Black Lives Matter saying that Blue Lives Matter is insulting and racist, or do you think it has anything to do with the very liberal inner city mayors who don't back their own police officers when they're trying to keep the peace in the community?
Everybody, look, let me tell you something. I am a cop's kid. I speak fluent cop. I love cops. Cops are all through my family. No reasonable American doesn't believe that we don't need police. What we're talking about is there are people who have...
That is not what I said. You're twisting my words, please.
For saying, no, I'm not saying that's what you said. I'm telling you where I'm coming from.
Well, I asked you a question. I'd like you to answer the question. The question is, do you think Black Lives Matter suggesting Blue Lives Matter is racist, and the liberal inner city mayors saying that not backing their police departments is part of the problem why cops are being gunned down?
Two different issues here, and I'm going to address them both. Black Lives Matter saying that Blue Lives Matter is racist is their particular opinion. I'm not here speaking for Black Lives Matter. I think Blue Lives Matter
is Blue Lives Matter racist? Is Blue Lives Matter a racist comment? As a daughter of a cop?
I personally, as somebody unaffiliated, think Blue Lives Matter is not racist. I don't think Black Lives Matter is racist. I don't think
nor do I. I think all lives matter
racist.
is the way we should go. Quickly, I want to bring Jonathan.
When you talk about policing policy and liberal mayors in inner cities not backing up their police, what we have to do is look at, well, what are the incidents that are going on that make these mayors say, well, we're going to withhold judgment or whatever. It's not a cut and dry, all cops are great all the time, every time. There are issues of nuance that need to be considered.
Let me bring Jonathan. What are the issues that are causing the strife in the community?
Well, nothing that she just pointed out. I mean, white supremacy and separatist groups did not shoot 50 people in Chicago and kill 11 over the holiday season. Okay, that wasn't white separatists. That wasn't terrorist groups.
Oh, that was gangland violence.
That was gangland violence. What we have here is a breakdown in the inner city. Take the color out of it. It's poverty. It's government's not doing their job to clean up and take people off of dependency and empower them to give them weapons to defend themselves, the legal citizens, the law-abiding citizens, and standing up against groups like Black Lives Matter who go after cops. I mean, that's the reality. These cops, when they put a gun... hold on a second. You talk for 10 minutes. Hold on. And nothing in there when you were describing your father said that you were a cop. So you don't know what it's like to be on the street. You may know what it's like to have a father come back from the street, but you don't know what it's like to be on the street. Being on the street, these cops, every day they go out, they're putting their life on the line. When they put their badge on and their gun on, they go there to do the right thing. The people that are killing cops, almost 100% of those people are involved in criminal behavior. All of them are criminals.
Well, clearly they are. If you murder a cop, you're a criminal. You could even be a terrorist.
They're involved in criminal behavior in the process of criminal behavior when they kill a cop.
Jamil, the Black Lives Matter group, those protesters, what do I smell? Pigs in a blanket, fry like bacon. You remember those? What do we want? Dead cops, what do we want? We want them now, right here in New York City. I mean, there's a movement against cops and in inner cities that's dangerous. It's killing them.
I challenge you to say that there's a movement that's predicated upon murdering cops, killing cops, having a war on cops. I challenge you. I do not see that.
I said there's a movement that disrespects police officers, which is ending up with them being killed at an alarming rate. That's what I'm saying.
You're moving the goalposts.
And it's a group
disrespecting cops.
This group does nothing to help the inner city.
As an American citizen, you've got a First Amendment right to disrespect whomever you wish.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. But if it becomes dangerous, that's when the line gets gray. We're going to have to leave it right there. Jonathan, Jamila, thank you very much.